back to Sprague Homestead. So it's beginning of April, and this year we decided to open up our Hipcamp campgrounds the first weekend of April. So it's Friday, April 2nd. And we already have a reservation for tonight. So today we're out trying to get the road together, kind of get it cleaned up. You know, it tends to, does the freeze-thaw over winter, trying to get it cleaned up and drugged. So Nikki's in driving the truck. I'm out watching the grader, the driveway groomer, kind of clean up and that, and it's just digging up rocks, really kind of just leveling it out and that. So our camper tonight shouldn't have an easy time. Should have an easy time getting in today. Yep, there's another rock. So a lot of times what we're pulling up is these old, kind of these crappy foundation rocks that our neighbors left when they thought they were going to build a road. So it's a lot of little things. Probably gonna have to hit it about 4 times, I think, just to get this thing to sit down and be passable. That was one of the things that we had the most complaints about last year from our campgrounds, was that the road in was not insurmountable, but it could have been better. So this year we're trying to get ahead of it, grading it out. We're gonna try it with the driveway groomer in the truck, and if we have to, we'll go get the box blade in the tractor. So far so good. The groomer's doing pretty well. So here's the second half of the third trip. Checking the blocks here. Checking out rocks. As you can see how dusty it is. We've already made 2 trips down, or 3 trips down. This is the third one coming back. And this is a DG, or it's a crushed granite driveway. So it's great. Compacts down very hard in the winter, but when it gets dusty in the summer, it gets dusty. But otherwise the road looks pretty good. A couple spots we may take the tractor to, but otherwise it looks pretty darn good. I think he's doing a really good job at just keeping it slow and steady, getting this driveway grug out for our guests tonight. Another project we've been working on is getting the fence line moved for all the goats. So this is the ladies, the Nubians here. So you can kind of see the fence line that we took out. You can see the barrier, at least where the grass was and isn't. So that fence line is gone, and then, you know, Liza's back there running around. And then you've got Nikki over there with the tractor and that, getting the last of the posts up. So this will probably last them a week, because they will just gorge themselves on grasses, but that's okay. So last year we hopefully are going to do the fence moving. We'll put in a lot of permanent fences this year, and then this will be their primary area to come out and graze. Be nice and good for them. Another project that we're kind of working on over the last few days since the weekend is this is the hutch that was over in the garden. And Nikki had got this as part of a kind of a clean out package deal. We've had rabbits in here before, and she's now converting this over to something for her quail. So right now she's rebuilding. You can kind of see that back corner there rotted off. So she's got to replace the legs on this. Kind of really make it a lot better for quail. But she'll be putting quail in this soon enough. Another project Nikki has been tinkering with, getting everything ready for the garden this year. So you can see the main rows of beds. We've always had these big, 16-foot or 12-foot length or whatever they are for the beds. She's now going to create kind of one big, long, massive one. So all these individual ones, she's putting in some pieces in between, and then she's doing some hugelkultur in there. So you can see a lot of the sticks in there. She first laid down cardboard to kind of block out a lot of the grass. She then put in sticks or anything, just from around the farm that will hold water. And then she's now putting compost in, and then she'll put in fresh soil over top. So she's just going to put some plastic on this, get this cleaned out. There's one that's done, so it's got soil in it. And then you can see she's kind of digging out of the old beds, putting in here. And then we'll refresh these, getting everything ready to go. Lots to do still, putting these together, getting everything ready. But we should have a nice big garden this year. Now this weekend does start our 2-week window of burn season. So I came out yesterday and really kind of cleaned up these front pastures. You can see big burn pile there, getting ready to go. If I pan around, you can kind of see I've got one else out there. I've got a couple more up here. And then so you got that one there, a couple here. And then I've got a couple small ones up here, just getting ready to go. Now this will probably be a full day just burning all this stuff. Because as you burn, you can kind of add more to it, but you don't want them to get too large. The county does have guidelines of how big the fire should be. Of course, you got to have water available and be safe and everything, but at least out here, the goats have done a great job of cleaning it out, so there's really not much to burn. You know, it won't get out of control looking out here. And this will probably be the biggest project we have for the year. So this is 10 rolls a field fence. We also have to go pick up our barbed wire, but this will be the perimeter for the goats, and it will also be interior fencing to cut off pastures and that. So that's 10 rolls of field fence. Some of it is goat fence, goat sheep fence, and the rest is just standard 4x4 fencing there. So you can imagine that we are always busy doing something. So a lot of this will be done every day, you know, with burning. It's going to be windy a lot of days, so those days you pick up and clean up. Obviously the 2 pastures are done. We've got another pasture over here, and then I've got a couple piles that are out kind of near the house that I've had sitting there for a year that we didn't get to burn last year. We never really had a burn season, and never really happened in the spring, and by the time the fall, kind of the window when it normally happens, is there were so many wildfires. They didn't open it up because they didn't need any more help trying to burn the neighborhood down. So this year we're going to try and take advantage of it, but it looks like in the 10-day or the 14-day forecast of the 2 weekends and the weeks, half of it is going to be windy, so you don't want to burn on those days, just to be careful. So that's it, guys, for Sprague Homestead. Lots of projects going on, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.